and inspirational broadcast platform, GMAP Broadcast Network, GMAP1.com. Here, of course, we can see him. He can't see us, so we want to make sure he knows that. But he is here with us on today, and we are just overwhelmingly excited about it. And I tell you, he has some outstanding information. He has some outstanding words for you on tonight, and we are going to give him that opportunity. With nevertheless, I am grateful to present to some and introduce to others my friend Darryl Vickers, who is here with us on tonight. And I tell you, man, it has been so such a blessing to just really be able to talk with you and find out what you're doing. Today, we want you to tell us and the viewers around the world what you're doing. Tell us a little bit about, introduce yourself first and foremost. Tell us who you are. Tell us where you're from if you don't mind sharing.
Okay, my name is Darryl Vickers, and I'm in San Diego, California. I am a writer, producer, and graphic designer.
Mm.
So my main focus is working on short feature films, but I've also lately went into the writing novels and books, and that's what we're here to talk about. I just released a book novel called Private Investigations back in May. Just got released, so that's why I'm here to talk about that tonight.
Well, we are grateful to have you. And again, I say thank you so much for your patience. Of course, this should have happened yesterday, but, nevertheless, we are here today and we are going to do everything in our power to make sure that we move forward to inform and encourage the people about what you're doing and have them show their love, care, concern, and support. Now, of course, we're talking about this publication that you have came out with. Why don't you, if you don't mind, explain it a little bit? Tell us a little bit about this publication. I know our viewers and listeners are excited to hear about it. So tell us a little bit about it if you don't mind.
Well, it started out when I was in college back in 2013, and we were in class one day. We had just finished a writing class, and this for script writing, and we were kicking around ideas, and the whole idea was to maybe we have this older private investigator, um, and he doesn't like to use all the newer technology, but he has a granddaughter that does, but she doesn't like writing hand letters. And so we came with the idea that maybe he rescues her, and at the end, she is writing him a handwritten letter, and he's on the computer writing his first email about the relationship, because we had it that the relationship wasn't real strong. They had issues between them. So from there, we wrote a short, then we changed it to a feature, then we changed it to a web series, and that's what we were filming up until about a couple of years ago. And we were going back and forth, and we had different directors come in, different crew, changing actors and actresses, that's part of the game. So then I decided to maybe I should write this as a novel. So I went and purchased a book on how to write dialogue for novels, and I took the easiest episode and switched that to writing it in a novel format, because the tagging is different.
Mm,
And then
mm,
once I got that, then I wrote the rest of the book,
right.
and
Wow.
that turned out to be Private Investigations Book One, and I self-published that book.
Mm-hmm.
Then I was sitting at home one day, and a publishing company called me on the phone and wanted to know what I did with the book. And so I told them I self-published. Then the conversation kind of rolled on to I was writing for book two, and they said, "Well, when you get it finished, let us take a look at it." And that's what happened. And then I sent them the manuscript for the second book, and then I also did a second edition of the first book, and I combined them. So now Private Investigations, actually book one and book two, combined into one novel.
Wow. Well, I know for a fact that it's going to be an outstanding read for many of our viewers and listeners around the world, and of course, some of them right now may be saying to themselves, I wonder how I can get a copy of this. I wonder how I could show my love, care, concern, and my support and purchase a copy and have it on my bookshelf, share it with my family and friends. What is the process if someone wanted to show their support and purchase a copy of your publication?
Wait, repeat that again.
What is the process? Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, we
So
just kind of like cracked up there. So just repeat it again so I understand.
what is the process if someone wanted to show their support and purchase a copy of it today?
Oh, well, right. Currently, it Dorrance Publishing is the publisher of the book, so you can go to dorrancepublishing.com. You can find the copy there. Just put it in the search, and you can find it there. It's also available on Amazon Books, and it's also available on Barnes and Noble
Mm,
books. And on Dorrance Publishing, it's available both in soft cover and ebook.
right.
But on Barnes and Noble and Amazon, it's just on soft cover only.
And of course, we don't want them to forget once again about little old GMAP Broadcast Network down here in the lower left hand corner of everything in small print. But small print, we don't mind that because most of the time it's the most important print on the paper. So we will accept and have it with honor to have that title of small print. But of course, you can stop by our platform and click on the cover that I'm currently showing you on our television screen. And of course, it will take you to the necessary location to find out more information and details about the author as well as the publication. Now, Darryl, what if they wanted to connect with you and reach out and find out a little bit more in detail about some of the things you're doing, where you're doing it, and things like that? What's the best way to reach out and connect with you if you don't mind sharing that information?
People can send me a direct message straight to my email, sunsetlimited5519 at gmail.com. I'm also I'm on Facebook at Darryl Vickers. Also, the Private Investigations web series is also on Facebook. You can find me there. I'm also on Instagram at PI the series. I'm also on LinkedIn under Darryl Vickers. I'm also on Twitter at PI the series and at Vickers Darryl. So I'm available in multiple social media sites.
Wow, I tell you, you're not hard to find.
No,
You're not hard to find.
there's so many I can hardly keep up with them.
Right. Well, I'm excited. Let me thank you first and foremost for accepting the invitation to be a part of our broadcast network family. Thank you so much for being here with us on today. And I also want to thank you for allowing us to be a part of your journey. We're going to do everything we possibly can to help present and provide information about this publication as well as the author to people around the world as often as we can. Now, Darryl, is this your first publication released, or is this a follow up to something that you previously released before?
Well, like I was saying before, it's basically a spinoff of when we were doing the web series, or prior to that, we were working on the feature. So it's just a kind of a spinoff on that, and I figured, well, why not try to write it as a novel? We can always go back and start refilming again. We might do seasons one and season two and combine them. But for in the meantime, the challenge of writing a novel, and this is my first and second novel because it's Private Investigations Book One and Book Two.
Right.
So yeah, it is considered my first two novels.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm understanding that now. You know, we are role models to someone, Daryl, whether we like it or not. And someone is
Yeah.
always paying attention and watching our every step, our journey. For someone that may be watching your journey and saying to themselves, well, I really wish I can get on track and follow my dreams, maybe publish a book or get into broadcasting or whatever God has called me to do or what my passion is. If someone was watching you today and they're saying that to themselves, what words of encouragement would you have to share with an individual like that today?
I think a lot of this has to do with nowadays is networking, and one of the things I'm like in my 60s, but what I'm finding now is it doesn't matter who you run into, doesn't matter what age they are, because the circle of friends I have, some of them are a lot of them are younger than me, and they have a lot of talent, and you just have to acknowledge the talent that everybody has and kind of lock into it and start formulating, where you can work with different people from different backgrounds and kind of like network and build a team of people that are like-minded, that you get along with and work with, that you can create different projects and the projects that you want to personally create. That's what
Right.
I'm finding now.
Right. Wow. Well, I know I'm in total agreement with you on that. And let's just say one of those individuals may tap you on the shoulder and say, Daryl, I really appreciate what you're doing. I appreciate where you've been and where you are, but what's next for Darryl Vickers? What would your response be to that?
A whole lot of things. I'm still involved with several people that are in the film community. So we've got a lot of projects that are coming up that I'll be involved with. I just met with one of my close friends, and we decided we're going to write a book together. And she had previously worked with me on developing a episodic web series, and things didn't quite work out. But now we're going to write the novel version and expand it even more. So she's going to write her own character, and I've got the main character, and then we're going to combine them into the overall. That's going to be the overall concept to the next novel. So it's called Perspectives.
Wow, perspectives. I can't wait for that one. But in the meantime, I'm sure that I am going to really appreciate the publication that you have already provided, and we thank God for that. I want you to know once again that we really appreciate you being here with us on today. We're honored that you have accepted the invitation to be a part of our family, GMAP
Oh, it's my
Broadcast
pleasure.
Network, and of course, allowing us to be a part of your journey. If there's anything that we can do to continue to provide any assistance to you and for you, we want you to remember to just pick up the phone. You can call, text, chat, tweet, whatever you do, you can reach out to me. And I want you to know that the answer will always be yes. And you will never, ever have to ask us twice. We truly remember, we want you to know that we appreciate everything that you're doing to and for not just us, but for people around the world, giving them something to just provide them with great content, a great publication. And as your journey continues, I'm sure it's going to turn into a great movie production and so on. So I'm excited to hear what's going to happen next.
Yeah,
And, I just can't thank you enough. Now, before I move on and let you go and, of course, play this awesome promo, um, I want to move over. I want to move over and allow you to share with the viewers and listeners around the world what's on your heart. I'm going
well,
to move over and say, Darryl Vickers, the floor is yours.
Well, I wanted to explain a little bit more about the book and how it was developed and what we wanted to do in the very beginning is to kind of bring back the idea of how families kind of lived and operated in the 60s and 70s because that's when I grew up. So it's basically this is loosely based on how I grew up in the neighborhood that I lived in, and it was very diverse. So we kind of played up on that, and we added the elements of the family values and the diversity within families and how they got along in the neighborhood. But we also added in the elements of we had to have a PI, and this happened to be an older PI, to work on his cases at the same time. So it's kind of like two stories into one. And then the stories just kind of start weaving their way back and forth because of all the different characters. And we also made the women characters in there are very diverse, but they're very confident and they can kind of walk and chew gum at the same time.
Right, right. Wow.
So you add all those elements in, and then you add in the mystery and the intrigue and the coincidences that we all have in our real lives, and that makes up the story. So it's more or less cerebral, but it has a lot of action in it. It's not a bang bang shoot 'em up, but it kind of makes you stop and think, and there's always something happening. So it like I said, it weaves its way back and forth. So it's never a dull moment. And like I said, there's a lot of different characters, and there's football players and DAs and detectives and other private investigators, and there's some people that are doing some not so good things, and Sam has to kind of like try to solve his cases. But in the meantime, he has friends that will help him because he's a good talker, which usually private investigators are. So they can in turn extract the information they need to get to solve the case that they're on.
Right.
And then we added the mix in there about his granddaughter is sort of like a Nancy Drew character. So she has some PI skills of her own that he taught her. And then you start adding in all the different languages that some of the characters speak some of the time. And so you start adding all that in, and this looks like America, what America and how diverse it is. So that's kind of like what I strive for in all my stories that I want to show, present to the public.
Right.
That's basically my viewpoint.
Wow. Well, I know again, it's going to be some exciting stuff for people to receive and read. I know you have a game plan that is going to be a blessing to many people around the world for many years to come. And I'm grateful that you're allowing us to be a part of it. And, there's nothing else better than having a friend and having someone who's willing to share their dream with you and allow you to be a provider of disseminating this publication and information to people around the world. For those that may have missed it, of course, you will be able to see the rebroadcast on many platforms. We're going to place it on our YouTube channel. We're going to put it on Facebook. We're going to disseminate it to our television platforms. We're even going to have it aired on a few radio stations. So I'm excited about all the great things that is taking place via the GMAP Broadcast Network. And of course, I'm excited to have this young man here with us and a part of our family. I look forward to just continuously inviting you back and having you share more and more of the things that you're doing and allowing people to grasp and, just be a part of it and show some love, care, concern, and of course, some support to it. Of course, we are excited to know that you are just striving to do things for people day by day, minute by minute, month by month, year by year. So again, I thank you for your time. I thank you for connecting with us. I thank you for everything that is yet to come. Don't forget now, for those that don't know, now you know that Darryl is one of our featured authors on the GMAP Broadcast Network. All you have to do is stop by GMAP1.com, click on the tab that simply says Featured Authors. You'll see a copy of the publication that I'm currently showing you on our television screen. Click on that copy. It will take you to the necessary location to find out more information about the author, more information and details about the publication. We want to encourage you that if you make a decision to go purchase this publication through a location such as Amazon, please leave a review. Please leave a review. He will appreciate it.
Yeah.
I will appreciate it. Amazon will appreciate it. And it will be something that you can cherish and you can take to heart, that it's, you know that there's some gratitude involved if you just take a few moments to leave a review. Please leave a review. I'll be inviting you back. I appreciate you. I'll call you and let you know where we go from here. But until then, we want you to continue to be blessed and be a blessing to God's people around the world, okay?
Thank you, Kevin. It's been a pleasure.
The pleasure has been all mine. We appreciate you, man. We look forward to talking to you again soon. You be blessed and you have a wonderful, wonderful evening. I'll give you a call and connect with you, okay?
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure.